Happy Sunday. I'm up bright and early, making some greens, waiting on Bishop Wooden, and I gotta go see my cousin who did me some birthday cupcakes. Yay me. Yay me. Oh, so real quick for the men, um, real men, and women of logic and discernment. Um, Yesterday, now you know I've been talking about deadly attorney Descano over there in Fairfax County. I think Loudoun County has a problem too, but he's in the news a lot for anything goes, and anything goes means you're not safe. So, as I've always told you all, that this area is a sanctuary area, which means that you're a sanctuary. We're a sanctuary because I still live here. We're a sanctuary for criminals doing things, including children, and they're holding to it. They like it. They have at their disposal security, police department. They have security details. I'm talking about your people that make the laws. They have security details. Um, they live behind gates normally. They don't live in high crime areas where most of us live and interact. Uh, and then even if you're not in a high crime area, your area will be affected by crime because crime is going to, when you know that crime is allowed, it's a sanctuary that you're given the first right of privilege to prey on people, and then you are considered over the victims and the victims' families and those that you impact. Um, that breeds crime. Chicago, I follow Chicago a lot. I follow a lot of cities a lot. I don't just watch one thing, one place, because I tend to like to see what issues other areas are having, and they're having the same issue. It's sad. Even the UK, and it's another country having the same issues, and that's because of these globalist whack, open border, no law and order, and in the but more citizens in those countries because they've been dealing with it for so long. They're really frustrated and tired, and they're pushing back. Um, some countries are doing the sensible thing, and they're deporting some people. Let me let you in on a fun fact that I learned a couple of months ago. Muslim countries like the UAE and Qatar, Egypt, even when Hamas and them first attacked uh, Israel and took the hostages. You know, the hostages that some were raped and killed, and then they were kept for I don't know how long. Um, some American, a lot of countries when they were looking for, saying that people needed to clear out or they wanted to maybe move some people out of Gaza and different things. Muslim countries, and I'm not talking about radical Muslims, the different types of Muslims. We're not talking about the jihadists, the global intifada seeking Muslims that you all align with through the people that you align with. The ones that are up here in our cities now, like at universities up in New York and even GW and around, saying global intifada now. Have y'all heard this stuff? Do you hear it? They don't show it on the things that you watch. That's detrimental to your health, but nonetheless. So they don't. I was like, man, them your neighbors. This your closest neighbor. They don't take them in. Do you know that I think it's the UAE? They will not allow any of their students to go to the UK to school because they don't want them to get radicalized. Yes, in the UK, because the UK at this point now is being run over by Islam. Go look it up. Go look. and the citizens are fighting and fussing, and they're gatekeeping. So yeah, but the Muslim countries that are neighbors to these people, that's why I'm like, you all align with stuff and don't have no idea what it is. You don't read, don't look it up. You just follow behind saying that, oh, they're fine, they're the good Muslims, they did this, we can't say this about Islam, we can't say this, we can't say this, we can't do such and such and such and such. You need to put your radars on and your big girl and big boy panties on, take your Bible and read it, and you need to get some spirit of discernment. um so they're making you unsafe by not reporting and telling you these things. When certain things happen around you, they dress it up and say that's a Maryland resident, that's a resident, and the other. They're not necessarily a resident. I've gone over that story before about the wordplay and undocumented and all that. Undocumented just means you don't have no documents. People that don't have documents typically are either running from the law or they're illegal. They're hiding from something. I have documents. That's why I can vote. That's why I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't have an ID. I've had an ID since I was 16. My daughter had an ID when she was in elementary school because the school had ID. So I don't know what person doesn't have ID. But yet people go down that hole with them. So I'm like, but anyway, back to the unsafety at hand. So, that's very telling that they will not let, because they know what they'll do. They know what they're capable of. They won't let, like, terrorists align. Like, the IRGC are terrorists. They took over the land of Persia, which is now Iran, and just been running them up in the region and wishing death on America and Israel. I personally think they should have got their boots smoked a long time ago. But I think now we know the negotiating or doing anything with them is they don't give a. That's like negotiating with thugs. You can't negotiate with thugs. They'll tell you anything to get you off guard. Can we blow this once and for all? But I know they want the Iranian people at the end of the day, or the Persian people, at the end of the day, to do what they need to do with their government. Which, yeah, they do need to take a hand in. And some of them were out there. I know a couple of weeks ago they were themselves, the people, like they did before, taking on some of the regime and fighting them, some of their neighboring countries, because Iran was hitting or bombing them too, just running around rampant bombing everybody. So they were bombing them back. I'm like, you just pissing everybody off. So you got a whole gang of countries, including your neighbors, because they already sick of you, jumping in. But the thing for me is these people, mostly when they from the regime or wherever, they don't have nowhere to go because people know what they come with. So again, smart people, smart leaders, smart countries. I think it's a very smart, wise move that the UAE does not allow their students or their people to go to the UK. You wouldn't even think that you would have the problem like that in the UK, but they do have that problem. They're having a whole lot of problems, and these problems are here also. They just haven't got to but they're getting there, and nobody seems to be concerned except for me and a few, and it's a lot of other people, but you're not concerned because you don't read, as I always get on many of you about. You don't read, you don't know, you just depend on the echo chamber. And that's why they do what they do and sell you what they sell you. And then they sell you to fear the wrong things. Because they don't want you to be afraid of the people that you really need to be afraid of, or to even know. Because once it becomes a threat that you can't manage, they've gotten where they want to be. So the UAE, like I said, they don't allow their students to go to the UK. because they don't want them radicalized, because it's being taken over. They got Muslim mayors and all kinds of stuff, Sharia courts in different areas of the heck. You don't need no Sharia court. That's why I support all of the get them out of here. No, you're not Sharia in anything in America. This is not for you. If you want to go do Sharia, do it with at home. Go home. But why can't you do it at home? See, we too loosey goosey, and that's the same thing with these cities, with these weak laws. So when you're a sanctuary, you're sanctuarying things like that so you can grow it. They align with these people because they know that they can terrorize. See, once you're terrorized and you're in fear and you don't want to go out and you don't want to speak against, once enough people are gripped with fear that these people are going to cut your head off or do whatever, we already got our own criminals, as I always say, that's doing stuff to us. But once you get to that place, that's why binding the strong man is important. So when I see weak men like Wes Moore, Trans Moore, Tax Moore, tampon walls, and those people that make laws to make you unsafe, I'm glad I grew up when I knew what men did and what men are supposed to protect and provide. Men protect. When you out here not protecting, that's repulsive to me as a man. Wes Moore allowed the passage of a bill which will basically cement the sanctuary status of Maryland and limit cooperation with federal law enforcement. You have how state and federal work together to eliminate certain criminal activity or to address crimes that are in your neighborhoods, like all the carjacks and things of that nature, removing illegals, like the illegal that killed the car, because there's many others out there. So you have that. You need to just go look no further than Fairfax County with deadly attorney Descano, and you see how crime is increasing, because when you signal, that's just like when you signal to your children that, oh, you can do whatever you want to do, they're going to do it. If that's what they want to do. If you haven't raised them with any discipline or boundaries, that's what they're going to do. So when you tell criminals that, come here, come here, come here, you can operate here safely. We're a sanctuary. They're going to come. So Fairfax County and WJLA News did a report on it. I was like, wow, y'all really reporting? Yeah, because I think some people know that, okay, I live in this area, so I need to be safe. And if I'm not safe, I'm not safe. So it might be a selfish thing. I'm not safe. So I need to be, so that'll make me concerned about my neighbor's safety, because if they're not safe, I'm not safe. So maybe that's why they're reporting on it. But crime is up in Fairfax County, thanks to Descano and Transburger, Spransburger, whatever the name is. You all did a disservice to yourselves, not selecting Winsome Earl Sears. Funny how that works. All about representation, but you don't want representation. You want superficiality over real policies and substance and safety. So let's call it what it is, because it's not about a blackness. Because Winsome Earl Sears is black. She just happens to be a conservative Christian woman, but she's black. She's Marine. And she was already lieutenant governor. But I digress. So you've made the choice. And then now, over here in Maryland, Wes Moore is up for re-election. I know a lot of people that are not happy with Wes Moore and they want him gone. But I only have faith in like 4 of them. Because they never was on his train anyway. Because I know it takes only a little bit of the usual satanic plots and wordplay, and many people be like, oh, well, I just go ahead and I'll stick with Moore. Moore wants to trans children. He wants to trans even his own son. What man would trans their own child. If they would trans their child, they will trans yours. Now, he looked uncomfortable answering that question, so part of me wants to think that he's saying that because he wants to stay within the party and be, but then that's problematic for me also, because at what point does a man take a stand? Like I said, I'm not used to weak, sniveling men. You would sacrifice your children for votes, for popularity. You do know that there's a lot of other people, they might be quiet about it. I'm not quiet. There's a lot of people that aren't for that are conservative Christians, and that will vote for you and will support you. If you lose some weak, fake, jelly-backed Christians that go along with anything, there are those that believe in God and what he said, and that he made two genders. They'll support you. But there's a risk you have to take. And when you're not willing to make that risk, you're a sucker, you're a cuck, you tuck, and you're not a man that needs to be leading. So I'm talking to men, because a lot of females don't think in that vein. We don't think in, unfortunately, the fact that we need law and order. You need to be safe. You can't be safe if they're sending signals that criminals can do whatever. He allowed a law. He didn't sign it. Why didn't you sign it, Wes? You know why? Because when things go south, and he knows they're going to go south, they're already going south. Look at Baltimore. Then they say carjackers are up. Now they're doing another tactic now, the carjacking. They're going to hit people's cars, and then when you get out to check your car, they sent out a warning about that. So they're inventing new ways to do crime because this is a sanctuary area. So you're not safe. Read the preamble to the Constitution. Government's job is not to give you money. If you're needy or handicapped or sick and you have something, yeah. But that's the job of church and neighbors and family and social programs. Government is supposed to be about, the common defense of the citizens and residents, keeping you safe, making sure that everybody is able to get to and fro safely, able to conduct business, not hamper you or hinder you with all these regulations and fees and tax you to death, so they can take money from you, so they can turn it over to people, like this new thing he's doing with money to expectant mothers. Isn't that the daddy's job? Isn't that whoever you laid up and had the baby? They put the baby in you? Oh, some of them probably don't even know who the baby daddy is, because that's the type of culture that you all are pushing today. But I'm not going to touch that one right now, because that's a whole nother topic, the dependency making and continuing to make the dependency for bad behavior and bad decisions. But you're not safe. So he's not man enough to put his signature on the law, because when he runs again, or down the road, if he runs for higher office, he won't be. He can say, "Oh, well, I didn't sign the bill because I knew, but I know the majority it passed, so I didn't want." If you a real man, you take a stand, Wes. Real men take stands, even if it means they're not going to be liked. That's what fathers do. Fathers used to be about doing a hard job of saying, "No, well, as long as you're in my house, as long as it." But y'all, I have faith in 4 people that they're going to do. That they're going to vote against him. I have faith in them. It's the rest of you I'm worried about. You have to start analyzing and thinking, and your safety, because a lot of you cry about being safe, but you don't have any correlation. You don't do any connecting the dots. I'm here to connect the dots, whether you like me or not, or you like what I'm talking about, or who I'm talking about. I know y'all love Wes Moore because he's black. But what is he offering you? He's not offering you safety. He's not offering you to have these criminal children dealt with. He's not offering you following the laws of God. He wants to follow the laws of man. And a lot of you say that you are God believers and followers, but you're going to allow him to probably... Remember, he was wanting to change language so it's neutral. Like birthing person. I'm a woman. I'm not a birthing person. I'm a mother. I'm not a birthing person. I'm not a chest feeder. Now they out here talking about free bleeding. Look that up. It's the nastiest thing I ever heard. Nasty. These people are common, nasty, uncouth individuals pushing nasty policies that go against God and keeping you unsafe. And God is of law and order and decency. It's nothing. When you have no law and no chaos, and men are not operating in what they're supposed to be doing, God is a protector. He protects his children. If you're supposed to emulate God, that should be what you're doing. They're not doing that. This man is not signing a law because he doesn't want his name on it so he can have plausible not deniability. I would take the fact if he was to sign it in their years. Well, no, I really don't. It shouldn't even be in place in the first place, but it would be balls enough. You got balls enough to sit on TV to say that you would allow your 14-year-old son to become a transgender. So you should be balls enough to sign the bill that says that, yes, we're a sanctuary. We're limiting police. You all wonder why the police don't do certain things. We'll ask your lawmakers why. Follow some daggone different, watch some of the things that they're doing. Watch some of the hearings and things that's going on. They only direct you to one side and bitch and moan about it. A lot of things have to be done to counter the stuff that they're doing in an effort to try to stop it. Because we know that when you unsafe and you got a people that's ignorant and don't know, that's dangerous. Ignorance is dangerous. It's killing. And hello, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, myself included. That's why I'm like, I have to really give thought. And a lot of people are like, you just can't run. It's crime. Yeah, but you know who handles crime better? Florida. I personally love Sheriff Grady Judd out in Polk County, Florida. I said, if I was ever to move somewhere, I'd move my behind right to Polk County, Florida. It's a lot of you. The one side you've got to grow. That's why I'm saying you can't keep just listening and thinking in one lane. It's deadly. It's getting people killed, and eventually, once you run through other people, it's gonna get to you. Men either have balls enough to do what they need to do, whether people like them or not, or they have balls enough to stand on it. So he's not willing to stand on enacting a law, allowing a law to go down, where your safety is etched in stone now. It's already out there, but he won't put his name on it because he's calculated enough to know that he's going to run for something again. So he wants to be able to deny the fact that he was attached to your unsafety making. Because he knows that most of you are not going to pay attention when he runs again to the things that he's done in. Yeah, grow up, people.